Hi, welcome to the video. And on Sunday, Elon Musk says Tesla is expanding its full self-driving beta to more drivers. The end is near, everyone, and I'm not talking about the end of the world. I'm talking about people buying cars without full self-driving capabilities at least available. Initially, he is doubling the amount of beta testers. Eventually, there will be 10 times more Teslas that will get the software update. And I want to note how important this is, and we are at a cusp of a complete revolution. The technological revolution is already upon us. Now, what we need to be careful of is the revolution of the mind. This is not something that a lot of people are ready for yet, or they don't even know how close it is to becoming a reality. So this is a warning to all of you Tesla owners. If you have a Tesla car and you suddenly get the beta, don't just take your hands off the wheel, because all it's going to take is one accident to completely derail this thing, at least in the public eye, and it's going to set Tesla and our whole FSD revolution back. This is not full self-driving yet. This is a beta, and we're going to talk more about how this rollout is going to happen, how you can get access to it, but more importantly, what level of FSD we're at right now and the precautions you have to take if you are given access to this beta. But without further ado, let's dive right in. The Verge article says, Tesla is expanding its full self-driving beta. CEO Elon Musk said doubling its size with a new software update and eventually increasing the number of participants tenfold. Quote, "Still be careful, but it's getting mature," Musk tweeted Friday. He said Saturday that Tesla would add a download beta button to Tesla displays in the coming days due to high levels of demand. This is going to happen in roughly 10 days. He says, if you want the Tesla full self-driving beta downloaded to your car, let us know. They're doubling the beta program size now with update number 8.2, and by 8.3 they are going to 10x the amount of people. If you don't see the download button, their director of AI tweeted this, that you could send an email to earlyaccess@tesla.com, which is the address they're using to coordinate this program. Back to the article, Tesla first introduced the FSD beta in October to vehicle owners in its early access program. At the time, Musk said the company was handling the software update very cautiously. Drivers still are expected to keep their hands on the steering wheel and should be prepared to assume control of their Tesla at any time. Tesla uses the data from the FSB beta to improve performance, and according to Electric, Musk said last month there were about 1,000 vehicles in beta. So what is the state of full self-driving right now? Why do we still have to keep our hands on the wheel? This was an older article that was written last year in October, right when FSD was released, but all of its warnings are still relevant, and I want to go over some of them right now, and then we'll go over the 5 levels of automation and where Tesla is at and why you still need to keep your hands on the wheel. Right now, FSD isn't fully autonomous driving at all. Quote, "It's still possible that FSD beta may do the wrong things at the worst times, so you must always keep your hands on the wheel and attention to the road. Do not become complacent." Quote, "The current enabled features require active driver supervision and do not make the vehicles autonomous. Full self-autonomy is the eventual final goal. It will come, be patient, but it's not here yet." Quote, "Every vehicle currently for sale in the US requires the full attention of the driver at all times for safe operation." So what are these different levels? They go from 0 to 5. This is a very, very basic rundown. We could go more in depth on each level, but this will give you a broad level understanding. 0 is no automation at all. 0 autonomy, you perform all of the tasks. This is our old ICE cars basically. Driver assistance is level 1. This is the vehicle is controlled by the driver, but some driving assist features may be included. This could be like lane assist or emergency braking, something like that. Very, very simple stuff. At level 2, we have partial automation, and this is where Tesla has been this whole time. And even this full self-driving beta, officially, it's a level 2 classification. And let's read what level 2 means. Vehicle has combined automated functions like acceleration and steering, but the driver must remain engaged with the driving task and monitor the environment at all times. And this is why I believe Tesla is officially at level 2, because you have to monitor your environment. Even though we have videos, which you can watch right here, where Tesla can essentially drive from point A to point B with no intervention. It acts and behaves as if it's level 3 conditional automation. Technically, it's still number 2 though, because you are not allowed to take your hands away and you're not allowed to not be aware of what's outside. The moment we are so confident that you can just read a book the whole time, that's when we've passed level 3, but we're not past level 3 yet, even if it seems like we are past level 3. So I'm gonna read level 3 to you. Driver is a necessity, but is not required to monitor the environment. The driver must be ready to take control of the vehicle at all times notice. So we don't have to monitor the environment in certain situations, or it may seem like we don't have to, but right now during beta, we have to, and we also have to be ready to take control of the vehicle at all times. This is a beta. I know I'm repeating myself. We're at such a crucial turning point where all of a sudden, more people than ever are going to be driving in these cars with their hands off the wheels in a software that is still learning. It's not mature yet. So be careful, and we'll go over the last 2 levels, which is, aspirational. And I believe we are definitely going to get there eventually. It's just a matter of time, and we just want to get there safely. Number 4 is high automation. The vehicle is capable of performing all driving functions under certain conditions. The driver may have the option to control the vehicle. So at this point, you could take even more attention away. The vehicle is completely self-sufficient in most situations. So this could even be 95% of situations, it's completely fine. But as long as there's 5% or 1% of edge cases where it needs some driver intervention or it doesn't know how to navigate, this is not full automation yet. Level 4 automation would be amazing. It would probably cover majority of situations, majority of our commutes, but that's technically not full automation yet. Full automation, the vehicle is capable of performing all driving functions under all conditions. This form of the car would not even need a wheel anymore. It wouldn't need an acceleration or braking button or pad. You wouldn't need to do anything. All you would need to do is get inside the car, maybe tell it where you want to go, and that's it. Go to sleep, read a book. That is full automation, and that's what we are heading towards. Now, I just want to go over some of the tweets Elon Musk has been tweeting out leading up to this announcement. Here, on March 3rd, Elon Musk tweeted, "Horses are even self-driving." And this is a very, very old ad of some sort where somebody's trying to still advocate for a horse versus an automobile, because the automobile is going to be very expensive to prepare and there's all these complications, versus a horse is still going to be reliable. And he's basically comparing this with people that are stuck to regular ICE cars with gasoline engines. Here, this is Tesla owners of Silicon Valley tweeted, "At this point, buying anything but a car with FSD capabilities is like buying a horse." And Elon Musk replies, "Yup." Here's another tweet. Someone asks, "When will public FSD come out?" So this is when will it come out of beta and be available to everybody. Is it possibly Q2? Elon says, "Sounds about right, but we want to be very careful with this transition period." I'm parroting what Elon's saying. I understand how I feel about full self-driving, and if I had access to it, I would be so tempted to really, really test it and to not touch the wheel. But I'm warning myself, future me, and everybody on the road, please listen to Elon. This is a transition period. It's very, very crucial. Here on March 3rd, we have some speculation about when Tesla FSD will reach level 5. And whether or not it's this year, which is the highest level of autonomous driving. Now, Elon, I think he's a genius, one of the smartest people on earth, but he is not great with timelines. So I would take this with a grain of salt, but at least you can see what his target is. And even if he might be late to something, he rarely, if ever, has not delivered on a promise. He might deliver it late, but it's going to happen. So in this interview from December of 2020, just a couple of months ago, Elon says here, "I'm extremely confident that Tesla will have level 5 next year." Extremely confident. 100%. Okay, that's a bold claim. It doesn't give a lot of room for Elon to be like, "Well, I said very confident." He said 100% confident. Now, in this tweet, Elon says, "FSD build beta version 8.1 normally drives me around with no interventions. That's the previous version. We're just releasing version 8.2, so supposedly that's better than 8.1. Next version is a big step change beyond that. Tesla is solving a major part of real-world AI. This is not widely known. I'm not sure exactly what this means, but I just know it's going to be something big, especially when we're hopping to that next number, and especially when right now version 8.2 and 8.1 can already drive end-to-end in a lot of situations, but I would still temper my expectations about when it's actually going to arrive. Someone says, I'm really excited about FSD. Could you extend the FSD beta program? And this was in March 3rd. He said, yes, they will be offered much more widely when version 9 is done. So my guess, 8.2 is the one that we are going to double the number of testers, and 9 might be the one where he releases it to 10 times more people. Hopefully he'll have a lot more confidence in that version, because once you go from 1,000 to 2,000 and 2,000 to 20,000, that's just going to completely change the game. The amount of data they're going to get will be tremendous, but the amount of accidents that could potentially happen will also increase a lot. And if you look at videos of FSD online, it's really quite amazing. It's definitely taken my breath away, but you also need to take into account, look at how many interventions are needed. There's a lot of edge cases that continue to happen, and we're not sure of whether or not sometimes the FSD would have safely gotten the driver to where they needed without getting into an accident of some sort. For your own safety, you need to be ready to intervene regardless. You don't want to take the chance of, oh, maybe it would have avoided that car. No, just you are responsible for your car. Tesla is not going to protect you in this aspect. They have very specific warning that this is a beta, so you need to be careful. Your car, your safety is your own responsibility right now. And finally, this is a tweet from March 2. When are FSD subscriptions coming out? He says Q2 for sure. Another very, very confident answer. For this, I think this is definitely doable. It's not a technology cap of some sort. Subscriptions is just a way they can collect money from you. So if he says Q2, it's going to be available, I totally believe him. A lot of people, or I think hopeful people, are saying that FSD subscriptions are going to make FSD more affordable, because right now it's a $10,000 one-time fee. He said again and again that it's going to be far more worth it to just purchase it all at once. I don't think it's just going to be $100 or $200. I think FSD is going to cost at least $300 per month, so roughly $3,600 per year. So if you were to use it for under 3 years, it might be worth it. It'd be cheaper than the $10,000, but if you're holding your car for more than 3 years, it would make more sense for you in most cases just to buy the $10,000 all at once. That's just roughly based on my calculations of the cost of owning a car and leasing a car. Usually after 3 years, it just becomes more worth it to own it. That would make sense, at least from a financial business perspective. But yeah, that's it. Let me know what you think about FSD beta version 8.2 coming out. Are you excited about it? If you are not a Tesla owner, which a majority of us still are not, is FSD availability a deciding factor in which car you're going to get next? For me, it's definitely going to be a big factor. Maybe you don't like the idea or you don't trust it. I want to know what everyone else thinks, and please be careful on the roads. Let's make this a smooth rollout without any major accidents and people screaming Skynet. If we can get past this year, if you're a Tesla investor, if you are a human being, we are in for a very, very cool future. This is Green Knight Trading, where Squires become knights. Thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate you, and I'll see you soon.